Hi everybody, I'm back with another video. I know it's been 2 years since my last video and I've been wanting to make YouTube videos for a while now, and I'm finally able to come back and make some more videos for you guys. Very excited. I'm very happy to be back. And so we're going to talk about DCU Batman today. DCU Batman has been a big conversation for the past 3 years, ever since James Gunn announced his Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters with The Brave and the Bold. And quite frankly, I'm very excited to see, DCU Batman. I want to see a Batman that has a full rogues gallery, a full Bat family. I want to see all of that. And I think that's what I'm very excited to see in the DCU. I know a lot of people are very scared about Andy Muschietti being the director and Christina Hodson being the writer for Brave and the Bold, but they're not working together on this. Andy Muschietti is directing, but he's not helping with the writing. James Gunn is. James Gunn and Christina Hodson are both creating something very interesting. James Gunn is just giving notes while Christina is just going full in, and I trust her very much. I think she did an okay job with Batman in The Flash, and I think she's going to do even better with Brave and the Bold. I really can't wait to see what she's going to cook up. I'm hoping for it to come out 2020 to 2029. That way we can finally have Batman in the DCU, maybe even a Wonder Woman film by then too. That way we can have our Trinity finally in the DCU. Apparently, Batman's already been casted, according to John Capia, but I doubt that, just because it is a little early, and him being in what film, Brave and the Bold doesn't have a finished script yet, and yeah, we have Man of Tomorrow, but Batman being in there doesn't make sense. Apparently Wonder Woman's in Man of Tomorrow. Batman being casted right now, I doubt it. But Clayface is coming up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see, a stand-in actor the way they did Batman and Titans, doing that in The Flash. Not The Flash, Titan. In Clayface. Yeah, messing up my words today. But let's get to something I really want to talk about, which is the costume. I know James Gunn is tired of people talking about the costume, but I have a few things I need to say. And that's because I think there's so much debate about how this Batman should really look in the DCU. Because a lot of people think he should be in the black and gray, and some people think he should be in the blue and the gray. And there's a lot of debate over what color scheme the Batsuit should be. And I think the best Batsuit look for DCU Batman should be Hush. That Hush Batsuit is really good. If you just make the ears just a tiny bit longer, just make them just longer enough, I think we'll get the perfect Batsuit for our live action Batman. I think I wouldn't really care if it was the black and gray or the blue and the gray. It can vary. But when it comes to the blue and gray, you gotta have the trunks. If you're gonna do the blue and gray, always have the trunks. If you don't, it just doesn't look right. With the black and the gray, I think you can not have the trunks and it'll be fine. But the trunks should be present for the blue and the gray, and can be present for the black and the gray. If Andy Muschietti wants to, I think he will. Andy Muschietti did do the blue and gray batsuit in The Flash for both Ben Affleck and Keaton. Even though Keaton didn't wear it, it's still there. And I think it wouldn't be too far to say that Andy Muschietti might do the blue and gray for DCU Batman. Who knows? I'm very excited for what Andy Muschietti could cook up. When it comes down to the color scheme, I think it could go a lot of ways, but yeah. I think the batsuit should be fabric. I'm tired of seeing, armored batsuits. We've seen it with Christian Bale. We've seen it with Robert Pattinson. And we've seen it even in the Schumacher films and Burton films. And I want a fabric batsuit like Ben Affleck's. That batsuit is one of the most praised batsuits of all time. And for good reason. It's a really good batsuit, and to not do a fabric batsuit that's like that again would be a shame. And honestly, I think the Hush bat suit would really fit something like that, having a gray bodysuit with, some muscle padding under to do that. But I don't think they should glue down the muscles to the fabric. I think they should just do what they did with the David Cord sweatsuit. Just put them in a lycra bodysuit. Have muscles like the chest and the shoulder and the arms and the legs. Maybe some abs, maybe. But you're not, just so you can see that definition, even if they're built up. I think they're going to look awesome. But something I think is very important is the belt. The belt has been pissing me off for all these years. From Adam West to Ben Affleck's, and Robert Pattinson's Batsuit does it right. I'm tired of seeing these small pouches that somehow fit the biggest things ever. I'm tired of it. It doesn't make sense how Batman can carry all this stuff in these small pouches, or even with the Christian Bale films. How they showed you how much he could carry, all that, and I just think, man, let's get like a Dan Mora Batman belt. If you've seen, I'll show some pictures, but you have like variety of different size pouches, and you see like a bat rope and all that. Honestly, that's what we need to see. I'm tired of seeing that, small pouches somehow fit 6-inch batarangs when the pouches are like 4 inches. It's just ridiculous in my opinion. When it comes down to Brave and the Bold, I don't have much for them to do. I think just adapting that book and having Damian, by the end of the movie, do things how Bruce wants them to be. No killing, no swords, all that. I really just want Damian to be good by the end of the film. I don't want to spend a whole trilogy of Damian having an arc where he has to become a better person, a better Robin, a better son. Like I don't want to see that. I just want to see by the end of the film, hey, I was wrong doing all these things, and I'm going to do it your way from now on. And that's how Damian's going to roll. And the mantle of Robin's going to be very confusing to me, because it's like, how is both Damian and Tim going to be Robin? Unless Tim goes to the Teen Titans, I think he should become Red Robin and have him in the Red Robin suit from Rebirth, where it's a Robin suit just with 2 R's. That way we can see the difference between who's what Robin. Because Damian's going to be Robin, and then you have Tim, who's Red Robin, so that way we can distinguish between them. So when Batman's, Red Robin, it's just easier to do that. And eventually we could have Tim Drake become the Cardinal, as something a lot of people want to see in the comics, but I think they should do in the movies, do it before the comics, be way ahead of their time, making Tim Drake his own solo hero. That's what I really want to see. Editing Jacob here, I forgot to mention something about Brave and the Bold that I want to see in the first 10 minutes. And if you read Grant Morrison's run or have volume 1 of the book, you would know that Batman has a kind of montage throughout the years of him with Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, all of those characters. I think it would be really cool to have in the first 10 minutes of the film to have Batman monologuing while showing iconic moments like Batman and his first appearance on that cover, Robin jumping through that circle, all of that. I think that's what they should add, and that way we can get iconic moments recreated, like how Spider-Man Brand New Day is recreating comic covers. We could do that with Batman, and that way we can not only please the fans but also explain what he's been doing for the past 10 years to general audiences. And honestly, that's probably going to be the best part, in my opinion, about the film. I hope they do that. Enjoy the rest of the video. As it goes for the sequel for DCU Batman, it really depends on Brave and the Bold. If Brave and the Bold establishes that Jason Todd already exists as Red Hood, I think we could possibly see a sequel where Under the Red Hood gets adapted, and not the comic entirely. I think the animated movie did a lot better, making it more digestible, because Jason Todd comes back because Superman did some reality warping shenanigans. And I think it's better if they just did the League of Shadows, bringing back Jason. I think that would just be better, and it's more easy to scoff down, especially since, the League of Shadows were in the last film. Bring them back, all of that. I think that's where I would say, okay, this is what happened to Jason, and all of that. I mean, it's one of my favorite animated Batman films, and honestly, bringing that to live action in the DCU would be really cool. And, Damian didn't exist then, but I want to see how they could do it. I think Damian, Tim, and Dick, and Bruce trying to figure out who this Red Hood guy is, finding out it's Jason, and then having all four of the Robins and Bruce all together would be crazy to say. I want to see that in live action. When it comes down to the third Batman film in the DCU, it could go a lot of ways. I think have a big shebang. I mean, this is probably going to be our last DCU Batman movie. Last solo DCU Batman story. I think we should go big. Go big or go home. I think we should do what... We should base it off a video game. And the video game is Arkham Asylum. Have the entire Bat family get trapped in Arkham Asylum with the entire Batman Rogues Gallery. You know how crazy that would be? To see the Bat family going against Batman's greatest foes with Bane, Joker, Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, Riddler, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn. I mean, the list goes on, and imagine how cool this story could be. Just taking them down, making Arkham back to what it was. I mean, it's basically a 3-hour epic film. Maybe even a 2-part film. That would be cool. Having to leave it off at a cliffhanger. Man, I want to see that. It just, to me, it would be so cool. Big shebang. See the Joker take over Arkham Island, having the Bat family have split up, having to fight different foes and struggling through most of it. By the end of the film, they come together and they defeat the Joker and his plan, and they set Arkham back to what it was. And I think that would be such a cool film to see the Bat family working together and seeing their dynamic while fighting all of these foes and trying to figure out what's this bigger scheme that's going on and putting an end to that. And I think that would be really interesting. Whether or not they do the Titan storyline, I don't know, because we're not going to have Arkham City, and I don't want Joker to die in the DCU quite just yet. This is where it comes in when I want a DCU World's Finest movie. David Cornsweet and whoever's playing Batman. I want Nicholas Hoult and whoever's going to play the Joker, and a DCU World's Finest. Lex Luthor and the Joker team up to kill both Batman and Superman, and I think that would be really fun. There's no Bat family in this, maybe aside from Nightwing, really. I really want to, I want to see Bruce and Clark, it's dynamic in the DCU with, Clark being so jolly and hopeful and kind of goofy and a dork. I want to see Bruce be this, super smart individual that's very confident in what he's doing, and when he interacts with Clark, it kind of just, it puts him on edge, but also at the same time, he's really happy when he's there. I think it could be really interesting to see their dynamic in the DCU, and I really want to see a World's Finest movie doing that. As it goes for other things, that's it. I think DCU Batman is going to be so close to the comics that I don't have much to say. That I know what they're going to do, and that's take the comics and make the Bat family and do all this. And honestly, I'm excited. I think they're going to do some really cool stuff, and I want to see the Bat Family finally be adapted into live action with Batman. You know, Titans tried to do it and it just wasn't working because their Batman sucked. You know, he was just as bad as All-Star Batman, and well, maybe even worse. And now that we're having a DCU Batman with, you know, all these cast of characters and them doing their own projects, I mean, man, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see DCU Batman. It's been nice talking to you. Expect some more videos soon. I love you. Goodbye.